Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 29 of my Denton Villa series. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. While you're here, why not help me out? Smash the like button, especially for this episode. Put loads of effort into it, so I really would appreciate it if you do that for me. It just helps the episode, helps me channel, helps me, and I know you want to do that, so thank you very much. Right, welcome to the office. Still got my whiskey out. Been having a bit of a drink, celebrating. Got the old banner up there, you know, from when we won the FA Trophy. Happy days. But most of all, I'm buzzing because we're a Football League club. So in today's episode, it's more of a special episode. It's no live cons, nope. But we're going to run through some of the news from the end of last year into the summer. We've got a press conference talking to some of the press. I'm going to be running through the ins and outs, transfer-wise. Talking about my new tactic, my new squad, what I do going forward. Loads really, lots to get through, so we need to crack on. But yeah, smash the like button. And before we do actually, let's just pop out the door here. Let's go into the old trophy room. Oh, welcome to the trophy room. You look behind me there, you'll notice we've got a few extra trophies. Happy days, we've got 3 now. We've still got loads of room to fill up, and we need to fill it up, don't we? But we're in here because if we zoom into the Legends board, you'll notice I've added a few names for people who've won shirts, etc. Which is brilliant. The first thing I want to show you is our best ever 11. Now if you look at that, there's some names on there still in there from the first season. I know we're only a couple of seasons in. You've got Dixon and Stevens still up top. They were 2 great players there. They were bigger than the team. We had to sell them on, but we got some good money for them. But I'm hoping this year there's going to be some players out there that can kick some of these lads off the team, because the players we've got now could be with us for a long time. Obviously, with it being the end of the season, we had the season awards. I didn't have time to show you this in the last episode. The fans' player of the season was Raven. He was brilliant, wasn't he? Best player in the league. He was awesome. Followed by JB. Mr. JB loves a drink, doesn't he? Can't really get rid of him, he's too good. Then, Brett Wood was third. Brett, the young lad, who I didn't think was going to be my star right winger that last season, but he was. He forced his way into the team and played amazing. Goal of the season, Stuart Hansen. Let's check out Stuart's goal. Well, Stuart is of course a centre half, and his goal was a cracking free kick. Great bend on it with his left foot. Signing of the season was Ryan Waller. We got him on a free, and I was surprised with it. He's one of them good free players we got. It was brilliant, and he's good enough to play week in, week out. The only thing, well, the only trouble for Ryan is he's got Raven ahead of him, because the young player of the season was of course the Raven, legend. Also, we had the season review, and the season was brilliant. I had a lot of fun this year. It was so good. The league room was competitive. We didn't even go through an automatic spot, obviously. You'll know that, but it was so much fun. Can't lie. The FA Cup run, getting to the 5th round, got a Goodison Park to play everything. It was a game changer money-wise. It was brilliant. Obviously, we finished 3rd in the league, and that was great. I mean, I've done playoffs myself a million times, but I've never done it on YouTube, which is weird, really. I've had a lot of promotions, so it's great to do that. And then obviously we won the FA Trophy. What does matter to me is that Raven was top of the average rating charts, right? And he didn't win Player of the Season in the Panorama National. Now I voted for, I do this all the time, I voted for the worst player, hoping that everyone else, you know, to try and, I didn't want to vote for someone else who was good, because I wanted Raven to win it. Because at the awards ceremony, I won Manager of the Year, which I'm not trying to say I'm awesome, but I'm pretty awesome, because, you know, I got promoted and I won a cup, right? So I'm buzzing with that, buzzing. I'm just gutted, because Raven was easily, by far, the best player in the league. How did he not win that? When I made this team in the editor, I did think about us being quite low on money, and I thought if we had a grass or synthetic pitch new or whatever we had, you can see it there. I thought that'd be great. I thought for the club that'd be fantastic, because we won't have to relay the pitch and we're not going to be wasting money on it, right? And the pitch won't get battered, and if we ain't got the money we end up with a rubbish pitch. But apparently in the Football League we need a grass pitch, so we are announcing plans to install a grass pitch at the stadium to comply with league rules. But because we're doing it, it's going to take 2 months. So all of pre-season we're not going to be at Shirley Hill. We're in fact relocating to Manchester City, but not the Etihad. No. We're not even getting Manchester Central Stadium, we're getting the other one, the Reserve Stadium, which is pretty good. I'm going to spit on all the seats, so I hate Manchester City. No, obviously, you should know, we turned professional, which is great. Apparently, they let me do more with the staff. can have more staff. And they put money into the facilities, so we're getting all new stuff as well. It's great, really. But I just thought they'd all just switch to full-time contracts. They don't. I'll talk about that later, but I've had to go through everybody and give everyone a new deal. And that started with myself, which is great. Obviously, I've quit my job as a bus driver. I wish I could. But obviously, in this world, I have done. I'm now full-time. It's only a 2-year deal, but you know, it's alright. I get promotion wages, all that good stuff. And I'm on £1,100 a week. I'd take that. That's pretty good. Now, the club signed a new sponsorship deal. You'll start seeing this logo about a bit more with a local Denton company. They're owned by Kerry Kays, who's a local businessman and a bit of a legend, bodybuilder. And he started this company from nothing. It used to do all the nutritional stuff for Ricky Hatton, the boxer. So it's a great company to be associated with. And they're going to be supplying all that protein shakes, all our nutrient plans for the team and the players. Now we're professional. Now my chief scout Brian, who's an absolute freaking legend, he's really happy because we've got a new scouting budget. They've also letting me do scouting packages, so we're now paying a monthly fee for the whole of England for normal package and the whole of England for young players. Now with us becoming a professional team, we've finally been able to, or the board have finally allowed me to get ourselves a loan affiliate. Now I could always get a senior affiliate, I could have done that ages ago, but I don't want to be someone's little bitch. I don't want to be, oh, we're the little club, you're the big club, can I have a player on loan that you don't want? I don't want to do that. We're Denton Villa, Denton Army, we're the daddies and now we are their daddy. Now I had a few choices, Lancaster and a few other teams, but Sheffield just stood out to me. They're all the same level. I thought, Sheffield, oldest team in the world. Now obviously we've got a new season upon us in Sky Bet League 2. I am super excited. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a real challenge. Although the bookies on this game are weird. I'll talk about that in a bit. But coming down into the league, I always forget this sometimes when you go up. Teams who were last year 2 divisions above you are coming down into your league. And of course, with us going up into Sky Bet League 2, our stature is on the increase. Now don't get me wrong, we've got a celebrity chairman in Mick Hucknall, and then Colmead, and not many people know him, but a lot of people like to be nice to him because of he owns the company he owns. He's very powerful in the movie business, so we're already starting to see, you know, people, they're not as embarrassed now to bring people to Shirley Hill. Seen a couple of movie stars, you know what I mean, a couple of pop stars. It's getting good, you know, getting a few autographs, and we've had the fixtures released. First 5 fixtures, we're playing Bradford City in our opener. That's going to be a challenge. It's also going to be one of the Lycons in the next episode. Got to be on it. And of course, league clubs playing the League Cup. How cool's that? Now, we draw Birmingham, Championship team, big team, away from home. That's going to be hard. I can't see us doing it, but it's going to be a good experience for us. So the board want to give me a gentle reminder, a gentle one. Just putting his hand on my shoulder and saying, just a gentle reminder, dude, if you don't do this, I will kick your ass and fire you and say bye-bye. So this is what they want me to do this year. Season expectations. Sky Bet League 2 top half finish. No pressure, just promoted. English FA Cup reached the first round. I reckon we could do that. We got to the 5th round last year. First round, easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Carabao Cup reached the first round. We're already in it, Nick. Finally, it took me 12 months to do it, and I've not had to do anything to get it, and it really annoys me. I'll be talking about this at some point in the future on something else. But I've got my pro license. So the bookies have been thinking and looking and evaluating our squads, and they've brought their odds out. Now, Leyton Orient, who just got promoted, are predicted to win the league. How? We're third. Third. Don't get me wrong, I've not bought any worldies or anything. Why are we third? But to try and make sure we achieve our goals, especially the top half in the league bloody goal, I've gone full out on bonuses. So we're giving them the highest league bonus and the domestic cup bonus. Booked ourselves a pretty good pre-season and a new tactic. I needed it to be implemented. I wanted them to learn it. I wanted to test it out a bit more. So what we've done is we had a cup competition. Then we were going to have a league competition. All of this is getting played at the City Football Academy, I might add. And then we're going on a 4-game tour to Wales. Not Spain, Wales. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me here today for this press conference at Shirley Hill. I do appreciate you coming. I know it was last minute. It's been thrown together very quickly. So it's been a great turnout. There are loads of people here, so I really do appreciate it. I do know in the past I've not been very forthcoming. I've not really spoken to any of you. Not got any relationships with most of you. Some of you may know I've had bad experiences in the past with people and the press. But now we're a Football League club. I do know I need to be a bit more open and honest, and I want to get to know you guys, and I'm willing to start speaking to you. And I think going forward we could build some good relationships, I'm hoping. And some of you aren't going to be absolute arseholes and write absolute bullshit in your papers and blogs, etc. So let's start here, eh? Fresh slate. I know the chairman might be up for talking to you later, one-on-one if you want to speak to him. But for now, I think we'll start taking questions. We'll hit the floor, and we'll start off with you over there with the amazing moustache.
Hello, Bood. It's Larry Longschlong from Sky Sports News. Now, after last year's amazing accomplishment, winning the FA Trophy, and of course getting promotion to the Football League from the playoffs, you must be pretty happy with that. You must feel really proud of what you've achieved. Yeah, I feel really proud. But today's a new day. It's a new season. We turn that page and we move on. I'm not going to dwell on that too much. I'm proud of it. I think the club's done brilliantly to get where we are today. But nah, that's the past now. It's all about the future. Forget about it. We've got a lot to worry about. We're in the Football League. Next question.
Barry Kachansky here from the Liverpool Echo. Last time we met, you were about to take on the mighty feat of beating Everton FC in the Cup. Fortunately, it wasn't to be. I have to admit, I wasn't so kind in our last chat, but that small club Denton Villa is really starting to grow. Now a professional club. What does this mean to you and your team?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you, because that's kind of an apology, isn't it, Barry? But he's a bit of an arsehole to me. He's one of the reasons I don't speak to most of you. But all the joking, nice one. It means a lot. It means we're all here full time. It means I'm in here every day. Most of you may know I was a bus driver. I'm not a bus driver anymore. So I can concentrate on my tactics, my game planning. All my players are here all the time. We're training harder, twice as much, 3 times as much. I mean, everyone's gone full time. Nearly everyone. We'll talk about that later. So I'm just buzzing. The club's... It's just like it's so different to professionals. It's a great feeling, and hopefully we're going to feel the benefits of the extra training, the extra professionalism. I'm super excited, seriously. Next question.
Hi Bood, it's GW News here. It's been well documented that you've had a self-imposed transfer ban until you reached the Football League. Obviously now that you have made it, what assurances have Mick and Carl given you that there will be money to spend? Or are they going to keep holding on to the money?
Nice touch that. Mick will love that, won't you, Mick? One of his greatest hits, Simply Red. Check his album out now. They've given me insurances I can buy players. Don't mean I've got any money to buy players with. We've got a decent amount in the bank, but I think we're still saving up to improve the facilities, really. I have signed a couple of players, and I'm going to talk about that later, but it's nothing to shout about. And we've got no money now to spend. A lot of the money I've had to pump into wages because we've turned professional. And that's something I didn't realise. I had to give everyone new contracts. And they've all wanted pay rises, etc. So a lot of the money's gone into the wages to players we've already got here at the club. But there's been some ins, some outs. And going forward, if the money's available and the right player comes along, I'll do it. But I want to develop my own players. But I will buy players. I'm allowed to buy players now, yeah. Next question.
Hi Bood, Peter Ian Staker here from BBC Radio Mickelover. I'm the cock that wakes you up. Cockle-doodle-doo. Anyway, less about me, more about you. We've also had reports all over the newspaper, all over the TV about JB. He's in nice words to say, a bit of a pisshead. Been drinking, smoking, just doing tequila shots off old women's bodies. We've heard all of this happening in and around Manchester. Do you want to comment on his drinking habits? Do you think it's becoming a bit of a problem?
A bit of a problem. It's a lot of a problem. He missed 3 games last year. We've enrolled him in AA. He's got a good support group around him now. I don't think he's had a drink for 3 days, he says. So going forward, we'll see, because he's a good player. He signed a new professional contract. He's happy here. And he's a great left back for this club. At the level we're at, he's brilliant. We can't get any better. So I think instead of just turning our back on him and trying to sell him, I think we should do the right thing, put our arm around him as a young lad and try and support him. And hopefully we can get through it together. That's all we can do. But yeah, he's been out doing some naughty things. Naughty things. So hopefully we can sort him out. Yeah, he's a great lad, really. Don't be put off by him, seeing him in the paper with all them women. I mean, lucky sod. I'm surprised he can still get it up, the amount he drinks, but he can, apparently. Legend. Right, next question.
Hi Bood, KYLEX here from AFM. Due to your huge successes with Denton Villa, rumours have surfaced that you are linked with the Salford City job. One story even claims that a deal is imminent and that you surely wouldn't turn down the chance to work with your heroes of the class of '92, what with you being such a huge Man United fan and all. Should the Denton Villa fans be worried, or are these reports purely fictional?
Fictional, completely fictional. Like everyone else here at the club, I've just signed a brand new deal. Talk about that later as well. Full-time contract. Like I said, I just quit my job, so this is my hometown team. Don't get me wrong. If they ever sacked me and that job came up, I'd think about it. Class of '92. I grew up watching them players. I mean, it's a fantastic project, fantastic stadium. We're going to be playing them twice this year. We're in the same division now. That's going to be super exciting. But no, as long as I've got a job here, this is where I'll be. It's where my heart is. So I think reports have come out this morning. They're talking to Mick McCarthy, of all people. So I think the job's going to be Mick's. It's definitely not mine. Next question.
Hello, Bood. FMZ here. You've recently signed the individual TV highlights deal. What do you think it will bring to Denton Villa? What do you hope it will achieve?
Well, obviously I've not signed it. The gaffers, Colin Mick, have arranged this. Basically, going forward, we've got our own TV deal. So if you can't make it to the games and you're watching at home on YouTube, thank you very much, you're going to start seeing more highlights. Some of the bigger games, and now we're a Football League club, some of the bigger games we play, if they're not a live com, there will be highlights shown. You get to see a lot more goals this season and a lot more of the players. So I think it's good for the fans. It's good for the club. It's good. I think it's a great thing. So yeah. Next question.
Yeah, Barry Peters, Sunday Sports. Now, is any truth in the rumour that star striker Kane Parker's up and down form last season was due to him shagging all the cheerleaders behind his girlfriend's back?
Yeah. Going forward, last year we noticed he was always talking about the cheerleaders, and he's always hanging around them at practice. He'd stay behind, not practicing his finishing. He'd be watching them doing the pom-poms, and I've even seen him have a go with the pom-poms, joining in with the star jumps and all that, which was fair enough. If he likes to be a cheerleader, I was happy for him. You know, we all had part-time jobs, so. But then I found out he was doing a bit more than just twiddling pom-poms. He was twiddling nipples and a lot more. So, yeah, I think his girlfriend's left him. I think he slept with all of them, and hopefully this year he can get he knows he's been bad, and he needs to pick up his form, because we've changed tactic this year. We will be going to one striker. I know. How crazy is that? I'll talk about that later. So he's going to be fighting for one spot now, so he needs to pick up his game, doesn't he? But fair play to him, he's done them all. Every single cheerleader Kano had. He had 2 of them at one point. 2 of them! Legend! Right, last question, I reckon.
Hello, Bud. Clark Kent here, Daily Planet. In light of last season's success, what will be your goals for next season now that you're a Football League club?
Goals, mainly stay in the Football League. We're not thinking of anything else. No cup runs, no nothing. There's obviously tournaments going to be in that we could potentially win. But it's all about staying in the Football League. For this club needs to be a Football League club now. We're here, we're ready. Can't wait. Relegation is not an option. So yeah, mainly, mate, staying in the Football League. So thank you very much, everyone. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you more as the seasons roll on. Bye-bye. So while we're here at the Sky Sports Centre, I thought what we could do is I could talk about my ins and outs. Now, there's been quite a few. Some loans, some we've got fees for, some I've paid for, and I've got quite a few freebies in. So we're going to start off with players we've actually sold. And the first player to leave was, in fact, Marcus Day. He's gone to Stockport, so he's dropped down 2 divisions. Vanarama North, local team, so I'm happy about that because he's a good player. We picked him up on a free, but like I said, I've changed my tactic. We've gone to one up top. I'll show you that very soon. The next striker to leave the club was Edge. I liked Edge, loved his name. I used to love Edge the wrestler back in the day. Now, he was a regen from the beginning, one of the older regens. He was never the best. He's a fit lad, he can run a marathon. But he was never the best, so someone had to go. Two of them had to go, and he was definitely the worst out of the ones we've got. Now, the other major out I'm going to show you, some of you might not know too much about. He's like my 5th centre half. He's only 20. He actually is a 4-star potential player. I've just got 4 better players that played a lot more than he did. He did play here and there. I just never really talked about him. So, again, I wanted to try and get some players out. He did want to leave because he's knocking on the door. He's ready to play at some level. We did sign 2 players for a fee who are pretty good. And the first one is Joel Thomas. He's a youngster from Rotherham. 19 years old. He's not English. He's from St. Lucia. So he's played 10 times for his country, which is great. Like I said, I'm going to a 1 striker anyway. So I've sold 2 off. We've kept Kano and Hughesy, obviously. But I needed that 3rd striker. Now my other signing, and my favourite one, because there's only 2 major ones anyway, is Mr. Joshua Clements, 18-year-old Englishman who we've taken from AFC Telford for 65 grand. He wanted to leave, he wants to up his level, and he's definitely upping his level, leaving Telford for us. But I like him. Now I needed another midfielder, a central midfielder, especially a defensive one, because of my new tactic. And just to show you, these are all the deals we've made, and I've highlighted the players in red that I haven't shown you because there's nothing to shout about. Now on the ins, you'll see a lot of frees, and I've got Lewis Aslott for 5k. A lot of these guys were coming up to the end of the deal, they were free. They're 18, and I've scouted them throughout the year. I do lots of scouting, as you know. And they've got like 4. I think one of them's even got 5-star potential. They've just not got the ability just yet to be in our first team. But why not bulk out my youth teams? Well, there we go. Back to the club. Hopefully you enjoyed that little press conference and transfer update. I know there's not a lot going on, but we're not Manchester United or Man City, remember. It is what it is, but I am super excited. Now, onto the tactic. Now, if you watch my Journeyman series, you'll know I read this guy's blog. I basically copied his tactic. Apparently he's copied it off someone else, and I think that's pretty much what most of us do in it. But I don't care, because it worked amazingly for me with Marseille. But I'm not 100% sure it'll work that well here with Villa, because with Marseille I've got more technically gifted players. So I'm going to have the lads training in it, and I might use it at some point. But this is not the tactic I'm going to use this season. I've gone for this, which is a pretty standard. I think my friend calls it a turtle tactic, and I just think it suits the players more. I think it'll do well. A lot of teams use it. I think it's going to be successful. I want to still score goals, so we're still going to play in a positive manner. But having the extra guy at the back in the defensive role will hopefully shore it up a bit, because that's one thing that's annoying me a bit now. I'll be honest with you. It's great scoring loads of goals, but we always let too many in. And playing a similar tactic with Marseille, I was top of the goal scoring charts, but our defence was brilliant as well, and that's what I'm hoping I can do with this tactic and the team this year, especially now we're in a tougher division. My assistant Jamie, you'll see on the page, he is still doing the team training. Can't be bothered with it. Too much to do. I've got too much to do in my real life, but individual training is pretty easy. It's pretty similar to how it used to be, and I think I could probably do something with this and make a benefit for it. We're here with Kano, so he's now training in his striker role that he's going to be playing within the tactic. I've got him doing his attacking movement at the minute at double intensity. So every player, I've gone through them all. They're all doing something. Now I love this bit. I think it really helps. And last season I was really chuffed because towards the end of the year, everyone was friends. Everyone in the entire first team squad was in a social group, but it's still that way apart from the 2 new guys, the 2 main signings. So this is going to take time, innit? But they're such a good group of lads. I think they'll welcome them in. They're all a similar age, so they're all going to have similar interests. All I need to make sure is that they don't go out with JB on the piss and miss games. Now here we are with the money, and you'll see at one point we had 600 grand to spend, but like I said, I've had to wiggle that about because I had to go through everyone and give everyone new deals, staff, everybody, because I was worried that if I didn't, especially with my staff, they're going to get poached. And this is the squad arranged by ability. You'll see straight away, look at them ages, how young are they? You've got Hansen at 27, and then it's all 18, 19s. Super, super exciting. Keep these boys together and hopefully they'll develop. It's just crazy when you've got players like JB who've been playing at left back now for a couple of years. He's only 19 years old. Him, Hughesy, and Lammy. Now, Lammy is that player I got. I nicked him from Stockport last year. I had to pay him a compensation fee. Loads of promise. Had a great time in the U teams last season, and I thought, it's time for him to come up. But the kid can play in midfield, and he has been doing quite a lot. So I'm training him now to be a midfielder. There's just 4 players now in the first team squad who are still part-time, and all for different reasons. The first one is Rob Evans. I've done a little graphic for you there so you can see. Rob Evans is too young, so he signed his youth contract. So he's not part-time. He's not even any. He's just on a youth deal. So he's not old enough yet to go full-time. So he will become a full-time player when he does. Next is Hughesy, who had his head turned, didn't want to sign, but just recently changed his mind. So I'm straight in there. I've offered him a contract. We're still getting offers for him, but at least he's talking and he's accepted it. I'm just waiting for it to be confirmed. So Hughesy, who's very important to us this year, should sign a new deal. They'll time down for years with extra add-ons, full time. Next is Denton. Excuse me. He is injured, right? Anyway, but he is not happy. He really doesn't want to go, but I don't want him to go yet. I'm not prepared for that to happen. If he's got to play this season, not going this year, he's got like 3 or 4 years in his contract, I think. What is it? 26? A 5-year deal, mate. You're going nowhere until I say you're going nowhere. And if you want to be a part-timer, then that's up to you. So at the minute, that's what's with that. And then there's Paul Dixon, who just recently signed a deal to become full-time, but it's to become full-time at part-time, if you know what I mean. So he's gone from his youth deal into a fucking part-time deal. So now he won't sign a new one, but he will. Well then, going into the next episode, episode 30, we'll start that off and I'll run through our pre-season. You've seen what I've got to do. A couple of tournaments and a tour of Wales. Can't wait for that. Got to take my sunscreen. Make sure I don't get sunburnt when I'm in Wales. So we'll run through all that. But because we've gone through so much information in this episode, I think we'll have a bit more fun with the next one. As in terms of, let's have a couple of games, eh? Let's see the lads in action. So, like I said, I reckon we kick it off with a double live comp. And the first game has to be the first game. Our first ever league game against Bradford City, a team that's only just come down away. And then the second live comp of episode 30, we're going to play Birmingham. Why not? It's a couple of games after that, away from home again. In the Carabao Cup first round. Well, that is the end of episode 29. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. I'd appreciate it if you did. It really does help me, the episode on my channel. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. Come on this journey. We've got in the league. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Now, you're probably wondering why are we here in my wife's office. This is the physio room. And there's a reason to it. Now, I have still got 3 shirts left to give away, and it's the last 3 shirts I'll ever have made. Right? So this is the last chance to get a yellow Denton Villa shirt. I've got a medium, a large, and an extra large to give away, right? But we're doing it a bit different-ish this time. My email, you will find it down below in the description. Now, to enter, you have to email me, and you have to tell me, what's that cartoon? And then follow that by what size shirt you are, right? So you've got to email me and say, that cartoon is blah blah blah, and I'd like a medium or a large or an extra large. And then in the next episode we'll do a draw. All the people who got the question right, brilliant, will be entered into their individual shirt size, and we'll draw all 3 of you out, and we'll have 3 new members of the official Denton Army fan club. Happy days. So if you don't know what that cartoon is, you're buggered. Right then, and if you don't know what it is, what is wrong with you? Where do you live? Under a rock? Sort yourself out. Anyway, thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this episode. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, I do. You've been amazing. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.